Greetings, Phil here from Hikesland. Today I'm going to be doing a solo overnight camp on the Appalachian Trail. The trail intersects a road about 25 minutes from my house, so I'm going to hike north. I'm probably going to hike in about, I think it's about 8 miles. I'll need to check the maps and get the exact figure, but it'll be about 8 miles. When I was doing the last attempted overnight hike, which is called Creepy Night in the Woods, I'll put a link below. That was a really crazy video. I ran into these two women who were hiking out with their dog, and they were talking about a haunted area of the trail up near the Punch Bowl shelter. The name sounded familiar to me from when I had hiked the area before, but I didn't know any specifics of it. I don't remember that story coming up, but apparently there's a section of the trail up there that people say is haunted. I'm going to be hiking through that area, camping near that area, so we'll see what happens. But I'm going to go over some of the gear I'm going to be bringing with me just for a single overnight hike. So let's see. So first is my backpack. I'm going to bring the old trusty Go Light Quest. Probably a little overkill, a little bit big for what I'm going to need for one overnight. My sleeping bag is going to be a little bit bigger because it's a 20-degree synthetic, so that takes up a lot of room. And I'm probably bringing more stuff than I need. I'm bringing a large tripod along with the gear you'll see here. I like the big tripods. I have a larger camera, so it's a little bit heavier. I've tried the smaller ones before. They don't feel as secure sometimes on uneven ground, and I would hate for the camera to tip over on me, so I'm going to bring a larger tripod, which will eat up some space too. So I'm just going to kind of go with the Go Light Quest, the big boy. And like I said, I got my 20-degree, actually it's my wife's, thanks for letting me use it, Courtney. I got my 20-degree synthetic sleeping bag, so that'll keep me nice and warm. I think it'll be down in the 30s tonight, so it shouldn't be a problem there. Ground cloth. I have my tent. I could go with just the bivvy, but I'm going to go with my one-person tent. It's not that big. It does take up a little bit of space. This isn't a compression sack. I could put it in a compression sack, which would make it even smaller. It's just a dry bag, but I like having that tent because I can film inside of it with the camera. I can kind of sit up in there. If I wanted to read or something, I can. It just gives me a little bit more space inside. So I'll go with tent poles. I have another little dry bag here. In this one, there's toilet paper, there's some like dude wipes, a couple batteries, there's water treatment, medical stuff. Not much going on in there, but important. Toilet paper is important, batteries are important for the headlamps and whatnot. So that's that. I'm going to bring this little Harbor Freight lantern. I brought it on the last overnight hike that I did, and I really liked it. It threw off a good amount of light. The batteries last a long time with the LEDs. A little bit heavier, a little bit bigger than what I need, but I really liked it last time. I found it to be pretty convenient, and it helped with filming at night. So definitely bringing that. Headlamp. It's a cheap headlamp. I think I got this at like a discount store. It's super light. Pretty bright, at least bright enough for what I need it for. So headlamp. Bringing that guy. Of course, I have my Mountain Hardwear rain shell here. This one is great because it provides a little bit more insulation. It's not supposed to rain tonight, but this is mostly just to keep me warm, and if it's windy, it's helpful. It's nice to have the hood if it's windy or if it gets cool. So, gonna bring the Mountain Hardwear jacket. I have my pot here that I'm going to bring. I've had this for a long time. It's just a Coleman pot I got from Walmart, so I'm going to bring this for boiling water for my dinner. Gas canister. It's probably about half full. Bring gas canister for the stove. Trusty pocket rocket. Lighter. Let me just make sure. Yep, works. I have some waterproof matches too. They were just in the bag already, so I'm just going to leave them in there. So let me put all this stuff back in. I got the little cloth here that I use as a pot holder. It also keeps the fuel canister from clanking around, but you can put the fuel canister right inside the pot. Alright, so that's the stove and cooking equipment. So since I'm only doing one overnight, I don't really need to bring a stove or cook like a full meal. I like the full meals and stuff. They're nice when it's a long hike or there's multiple overnights. It's nice to have that warm meal at the end of the day. But usually if I were just doing one overnight, I would pack a sandwich, like a salami and cheese sandwich or even like a peanut butter sandwich or something. That way I could leave the stove and all that equipment at home. But for today I'm bringing it because I want to do a review of one of these Mountain House freeze-dried meals. This is one I haven't tried before, lasagna with meat sauce. So I'm going to do a review of that when I'm out there. Bring my water bottle. I have a couple of water bottles. I'll probably bring a couple liters, 2-3 liters, I'm not sure how much. But I'm going to bring water bottle between 2 and 3 liters, so that'll come with me. For snacks, spicy peanuts. I'm on a spicy peanut kick right now, my wife can tell you that, so I'm going to bring some Kroger spicy peanuts, which is pretty heavy. Maybe I'll switch it out for goldfish or something, but I like to have a little bit of like a salty snack when I'm out there, so that'll be good. Have my sleeping pad here, inflatable sleeping pad. Brought this one last time and it held up pretty good. It was comfortable, a little heavy, but I'm gonna kind of go with comfort this time and pack a little bit more weight, so that'll be good. Flask, so there'll be some, hobo blanket or a little bit of whiskey or something in there, so that'll be good. Knife, I have multiple knives. I'm gonna bring this one. Light, because it's got the plastic on the outside. Most knives have plastic on the outside here, but it's light, good size. Orange color is helpful because, if you drop it on the ground, it's easy to spot. So I just decided this is the one I'm going to bring. Thanks, Mike. And I'm going to be wearing these old trail running shoes. They're still in okay condition. The tread is pretty worn off the bottom, but they're comfortable. They got my super feet insoles inside, so these are the shoes I'm going to wear. I wore them on the last hike I did with a heavy bag for multiple days, or if I was going over rough terrain, or if my pack was a lot heavier, I'd go with my hiking boots, but I think these will be fine just for the overnight. I'm also bringing the camera that I'm filming this on. So bring the camera, like I said, the larger tripod. I just like the larger tripod. And then I'm bringing my AT guide from 2011. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna pack up my stuff and hit the road. Okay, I just got to the parking area here. It's about 2 o'clock. It's like a gravel Forest Service road up here. The trail is about 30 feet that way. So I'm going to lock up the truck, take my keys with me, get my gear on, and hit the trail. Okay, just got to the sign here showing that the Johns Hollow shelter where I camped last time is 0.6 miles and Punch Bowl shelter is 9. So I know there's some incline coming up, so I'm gonna get going. So I just got to the side trail to go down to the Johns Hollow shelter. I'm not going to go down there today. I'm going to keep going on to the Punch Bowl shelter. But yeah, it doesn't look like anyone's down there today. Not too surprised. It's a Tuesday. It's not a weekend or anything. But I'm just going to have some water and take a little break and then press on. So we're right here at the entrance to the Johns Hollow shelter, and we're going all the way over to the Punch Bowl shelter here. So it's a little over 8 miles, it looks like, and we're gonna go up. Right now we're at 1,036 feet, but it looks like we're gonna climb all the way up to 2992, so that's almost 2,000 feet of elevation. So should be a good one. All right. Ooh, I'm gonna take a little breather here. So it looks like I would guess I'm about a mile and a half in right now. The climb has definitely started. It's not like straight up and down. It's pretty gradual actually, but it just keeps going and going. My legs feel tired, calves especially. But I feel like I've plateaued, like I've reached that level of kind of aches and pains, and I can just kind of ride that all day. The lungs are tougher to catch up. Yeah, a little out of shape. Feeling fine, just breathing a little heavier than I'd like. Just gonna press on and get to the top of this mountain, check back in. All right, let's go. I just slowed up my pace a little bit. I think that this is a more comfortable pace to go at to get good time, but not push too hard. So I'm gonna keep riding this, try to slow down, just keep a steady pace. Just came up about a third of a mile of switchbacks. One thing that's cool this time of year is no leaves on the trees. You can kind of see where you're headed. I think I'm headed up to the top of that thing. Trail seems to be going that way. Looks like the highest peak in the area, so yep. Gonna head down the trail and see where it takes me. All right, change of plans. So it's getting late in the day. I think I underestimated how long it was gonna take me to do this hike. And it's just the inclines, the elevation change has been tough. I've been huffing and puffing the whole way, taking breaks every like 100 feet. But I made it to Big Rocky Row. So there's supposed to be a really cool view. You can kind of see through the trees out there. It's a nice view, but Little Rocky Row is a better view. So I'll get some footage of that one tomorrow on my way out. I passed it on the way here. But I'm gonna set up camp here for the night. And it's a really great camp spot. Looks like there's a great fire ring here, nice flat ground. Weather's been awesome, so this has been great. I didn't make it as far as I wanted to. I wanted to try to make it to Bluff Mountain and the Punch Bowl shelter tonight, but sometimes that's how it goes. So I'm gonna set up camp here and just, yeah, have a great night, hopefully. So yeah, let me get to setting up camp and have some dinner. Okay, the campsite I'm going to be staying at tonight looks pretty great. This fire pit is awesome. Got some wood here, firewood, some kindling there. Looks like a nice flat, soft spot to set up my tent on this side. It's not too close to where the fire will be. The trail is probably about 100 feet that way, so nice and set off the trail. There's no water source here, but I have enough water for the night and to get me through tomorrow morning to make it back to the truck. I am so hungry. I am starving. So before I do anything, I'm gonna dive into some goldfish, have some water, and just relax for a minute. Oh man, I am so tired, but it is so worth it. Oh, I love being out here in the woods. There's no bugs today. It's probably like 55 degrees right now, and I'm so excited about my goldfish. This was definitely the right move. Spicy peanuts are great, but man, something about goldfish. Just love it. So before I set up my tent, before I think about real dinner, I'm just gonna sit here for a minute, have a snack. It wasn't that hot today, but I was definitely sweating. So salty goldfish, nothing better. That's so good. I could eat that whole bag. This campsite is great. It's really nice. It's so quiet out here right now too. I think this is gonna be a good night. All right. Well, it's a good feeling to have the tent set up, sleeping mat inflated, sleeping bag laid out. I think I'm gonna put the rain fly on just to keep it a little bit warmer in there tonight. And then I'm gonna have some dinner. Okay. So now I'm gonna have my dinner, which is gonna be lasagna and meat sauce. Mountain House lasagna and meat sauce. Freeze-dried meal. So first I'm gonna get the stove set up here. Find a flattish section of ground that looks like it'll work. Okay, let me get my pot on here. Alright, so the instructions say carefully add, so the 1.5 cups, 12, and there we go. So just gonna wait for that to boil and then pour it right in the bag here and it'll cook. And then in about 5 minutes, it'll be ready to eat. And then I'll let you guys know what I think. But before that, I'm gonna have a goldfish appetizer, I think. All right, that water is boiling. All right, so then now the instructions say to pour it into the bag. It's nice that it kind of stands up on its own a little bit there. And then seal the bag. Mix it up a little bit here. Okay. Now I'm supposed to wait 5 minutes and then I can eat. All right. It's been 5 minutes. Okay. All right, so there you can see the noodles and the sauce. It looks pretty cooked. So stir it up a little bit. All right, smells pretty good. Let's see what it tastes like. All right. The noodles aren't overdone, which is surprising. The sauce is pretty thick. I'm not sure if it tastes like lasagna. No, I'm not getting a lot of cheese, but it tastes like a pasta and a meat sauce. It's good. Yeah, this is a good one. I would buy this again. Get a lot of food in here. They are kind of expensive. This one was $9. It's supposed to feed 2. I think I can eat the whole thing myself. But yeah, flavor's good. You can taste the meat in there. I like this one a lot. Yeah. Nothing like a hot meal at the end of a hard day of hiking. These Mountain House meals are so convenient because the cleanup is super easy. You can just seal up the package and then when you get back to town you can just throw it away without having to do dishes or anything. But yeah, I'm gonna enjoy my dinner. Alright, let's see if we can get a little fire going in this fire pit here. Whoops. Alright, fire's starting to throw off some heat there. Got a little nightcap. Feel like I deserve it. That was a hard day. Didn't make it to my goal. Wanted to make it 9 miles to the Punch Bowl shelter. Made it about 4 or 5. But I'm really happy. This is a great camp spot. And it's just nice to be outside, nice to be on the trail in the woods. Ooh, that's good. 1792. Good bourbon. So I'm just going to relax, enjoy the fire. Man, I didn't anticipate it being such a hard hike. It was about 2,000 feet of elevation change. It's a good trail. They had switchbacks. It was really well maintained, but I just wasn't in shape for it. I was having a lot of trouble. I had to take breaks every like 5 minutes, and the breaks kept getting longer and longer. And I knew it was going to be a struggle to get to where I wanted to get to tonight before the sun went down. So I made a decision to set up camp. I'm glad I did. This is a really good camp spot, and I think I'm going to sleep really well here tonight. If I had pushed on to try to get to the shelter, man, it would have been, I'd still be hiking now, and probably well after dark too. So that would have been not ideal. I'm not looking to hike in the dark if I can help it. Would have been nice if I made it to my destination, but I'm happy where I'm at. So it's going to be a good night. Yeah, I'm going to enjoy the fire for a little while longer, and then I'm going to crawl into my sleeping bag. Alright, I'm in my tent now. I let the fire burn down, and then I doused it and brushed my teeth. And now I'm going to lie down and see if I sleep. I'm sure I'll sleep eventually. I'm pretty tired. Should be a nice, cool night. And I'm not expecting any rain, any visitors. I'm pretty far out there. There's no shelters or like designated camp spots for a few miles in each direction. So I think I should be fine. And I'm off the trail quite a bit where you can't really see me from the trail. So, and in my green tent, it would make it even harder, especially at night. So I think I should get a pretty good night's sleep, hopefully, but I'll catch up with you guys in the morning. Good morning. It's about 6:30. I slept okay. It was comfortable in the temperature. My feet were cold all night for some reason. There was some kind of critter walking around outside the tent from time to time, so to clap my hands to try to scare it away. It seemed to work. It was pretty windy last night, but overall, slept a few hours, so that's the best you can hope for. So now I'm going to pack up and hit the trail. This is another great camp spot here. I almost camped here last night. This is right at the top of Little Rocky Row. That's the name of the mountain. So yeah, probably camp here in the future. Good firing. Looks like some flat level ground over that way. Cool. This is the view on Little Rocky Row. I can see the James River down there, and way off in the distance there I can see the bridge that I'll be taking to get home. So it's about 7:30 now. I've been hiking for a little bit now. Obviously it's much easier on the way down than it is on the way up. It's a good climb, and you don't realize it sometimes until you go down how much you went up the previous day, because that's pretty steep. So do got the jello legs a little bit from yesterday, so I'm a little bit wobbly, but I'm fine. The weather is beautiful. Sun came up, super nice sunrise, and it's just I don't know, it's been a good hike so far this morning. It's probably about 50 degrees, so the temperature's perfect. And yeah, making really good time. So I'm just gonna keep on moving. All right, I just made it back to my truck. Coming down, night and day. Of course, it was so much faster coming down. So now I'm gonna get some food because I'm starving, and head home. All right. Well, that was quite the adventure. And now I'm hungry. Nothing better than banana bread French toast. Little maple syrup here. Yeah. Oh man, I was thinking about this last night. I couldn't sleep. Thinking about banana bread French toast. I knew it was here, so let's give it a try. That is like the best thing ever. Banana bread French toast. It's like the best invention. Especially with a little bit of maple syrup on there. It's sweet, it's savory, it's delicious. And some breakfast sausage links. It's exactly what I wanted. Thanks again for watching, guys. That was a fun hike. I'm gonna enjoy my breakfast, and I'll see you next time.